Babe, you want to introduce yourself?
What's happening? My name is Mike from Oklahoma. Um, 41 years old. Me and Lakaija are in a long distance relationship.
Yep. Mwah. All right, so my name is Lakaija. I am the Lakaija of Mike and Lakaija. And so we have decided that we wanted to create a YouTube channel to share with people how we maintain a long distance relationship. It's called Long and Strong because we're long distance, strong because we have built a solid relationship within these last 8 months. Well, since last year October, so I guess it's almost. Oh man, it's almost 11 months. I don't know where I was getting 8 from. Apparently, I can't count, but now you know. All right, so I'm Lakaija. I'm 31 until next Tuesday. I'll be 32. I live in. Thank you, Pookie. Or thank you, Curve. So he doesn't like when I call him Pookie, so I try to correct it and call him Curve. So when you hear that, just know that that's what that is. But I stay in Arizona, and I do a bunch of stuff. I go to school full time. I'm in grad school to be a clinical psychologist. I work at California Pizza Kitchen. I work at a group home with children. I do Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash. And I have a real estate license. So if you ever need to buy, sell, or invest, just let me know. Okay? And
Y'all make sure y'all hit up.
thank you. And so outside of that, you must wonder, how do we make time for each other? Since we're both super busy, because he works as well and he has his own business. But we still talk to each other, I would say, at least 2 hours a day, huh?
I would probably say more than that.
Yeah, we talk all day. Like, we talk on his lunch breaks, on my lunch breaks. We talk on drives home. We watch TV together. What else we do, babe?
We talk all weekend.
Yeah. And yeah, basically, I would say that's number one, is make time for each other. I think that that's the most important thing. What would you say? Yeah. And what else do you think makes us work long distance?
The effort. The effort is a big thing. The trying of, the trying to make time, because everybody in life is busy. So the effort is a big thing.
Yeah, I agree to that because I feel like it wouldn't work if it was always like, oh, he busy, he can't make time for me, or I'm busy, I can't make time for him, and we barely get to talk. I feel like that would make me lose trust in him, you know? Because I would be like, dang, what you doing? Like, I'm not insecure or nothing like that, but it's just like, we already so far apart that I would feel like, dang, he can't never make time for me. What's the point of us even dealing with one another? And that was one of the reasons why I was skeptical. I never been in a long distance relationship before. And so I didn't want to get in a long distance relationship in the first place. But this lovely man here kind of just was like, well, what if God put us in each other's life as a blessing? If we get to know one another, things can work out and all this type of stuff. And of course, he got me with the guideline. And so I was like, you know what? Let me just test it out and see what happens. Like, let's just be friends first or whatever. And we were friends for a good 8 months or so. And
it was definitely a while.
Yeah. And yeah, I would say, babe, what do you think, besides the effort part, what do you think has helped us maintain this relationship that we've built?
The communication, the back and forth visits, the honesty. I mean, I pick up the phone anytime you call me. You pick up the phone anytime I call you.
Yeah. And even when we can't pick up, it's like a text message real fast, like, hey, my bad, I'm on the phone, or hey, I'm doing this, or I think we both are secure enough to know that if one ain't answering the phone, we're busy. And so we know that we're always going to get back to one another, And so it's just like if he don't answer, I'm not like, oh my God, what's going on? I'm like, oh, he must be busy. I know he'll hit me back. And he usually texts me anyways within a couple minutes, like, hey, let me hit you back. This is going on. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'll just wait to hear back from him. But it's very, very rare. I mean, we both know our work schedules, so we know when not to call. And so most of the time, I think that if we do think like, oh, one may be busy, I'm like, hey, what you doing before I call, just in case like I don't want his phone going off if he talking to somebody or something like that. I would say, and I would definitely say, like you said, honesty. Like we had really, really deep conversations when we first met, because I'm very straightforward, and most people are intimidated by that, but not Michael. He was willing to answer questions. He knows how to have conversations. So when I ask something, he asks back. It's not like he's like a one-sided conversationalist. It's like if I ask a question, he's like, "Okay, what about you?" And so we really got to know each other in those ways. I feel like.
Most definitely, I like the honesty,
Yeah.
especially the straightforwardness.
Yeah, and you're very straightforward too. You don't hold nothing back, and that turns me on, babe. I really like that. You just whatever is on your mind, you say that shit. I'll be like, okay, come with it then. I'm not offended because I like honesty too.
A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people take offense to it. That's one thing that I like about you. You don't take offense, or you don't get on the defensive side of when there's an opinion or my point of view shown.
Yeah. I would say that too. We definitely have different opinions about things a lot of times, but it's not, we don't ever argue. We always have like adult conversations. It's like we have discussions, and it's just like, okay, I feel this way because of this. He feels this way because of this. And it's like, okay, cool. We disagree, but that doesn't make us feel any type of way towards each other. It's just like we have different views on something, so that's okay. Everybody ain't the same, so what's the point of being mad or having an argument? And that's my big thing. I don't like to argue, period. I'm not an arguer. And he don't like to argue either. So I don't think we've ever argued.
No, we don't.
Yeah, I don't think so. We don't. We just, like, I'll be like, okay, cool, whatever, like, all right, I feel you. And then that's that.
Hey, you'll get sarcastic.
I'm very sarcastic. But I think he gets that about me, and my sarcasm doesn't again turn it into an argument. He's just like, all right, man, whatever, and I'm like, okay, cool, Mr. Sir.
I don't take offense to it.
Yeah, not at all. And so, babe, what do you think has helped us believe that we were compatible so long distance?
The compatibleness, probably because we don't like to argue. The sarcasticness of both of us. The knowing that people have opinions and they may not be aligned with your opinion. That's what I most like about it.
Yeah. I would say the same. I mean, I definitely agree. And I just feel like we're both compatible because we don't have extra stuff going on, Like that is big for me. Like I think one of the first questions I asked you, what you looking for? You looking for a friend, boo thing, F buddy, what else I say? I said a bunch of stuff because I've been realizing the older I get, people don't be honest unless you ask questions, right? And so I made sure to ask, like, what you looking for? He just was kind of like, I'm looking, for a friend, and if it turns into something more, that's fine, right? And I was like, okay, I like that answer. Because, some people you meet, they like, oh, I just want to chill. I just want to be cool and have friends. And I'm like, I'm too old. I ain't looking for no friends. I'm looking for to build a life with somebody. And, to have a best friend, to make a family with somebody, in the, in the long run and stuff like that. And I feel like that's one of the things that made us compatible because we both were kind of, okay, we looking for friends that could turn into more. And so since we both had that mindset already, it was like, okay, we both know what we want. Let's see what we can make happen.
It's true. I believe that friends first let you get to know somebody and see if you are compatible. and lets you open up to the person. Um, I just think that, being friends right off the bat is a good thing instead of just trying to go into a relationship.
Yeah, I agree to that because sometimes people jump right into I met you a week ago, now you my boyfriend or you my girlfriend, and it's just like, but we don't know nothing about each other that fast. I don't feel like people know that much about each other that quickly, you know?
You can't.
Yeah. And so I think that was something else that made it okay for us to date for so long because we took the time to get to know one another, and we we just asked a bunch of questions, and I think we both just gave our most honest answers. And of course, people can lie and make up stuff and be like, oh, I'm just going to say what the other person wants to hear. But something in me let me know that he wasn't lying and he was being true. Because it's just like, I'm good at spotting BS, although I haven't always been good at that. But I think the older I've gotten, I've been able to pick up when somebody is just like saying stuff because I want to hear it. And he hasn't been like that since I met him.
Some people can know each other for years and not know a person.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes from experience. Some people can know each other for years and the person just puts on the front and then all of a sudden they change. I don't think that, even though it's only been almost a year, that I've known you, I don't think that, that you would change like that.
Same to you, which is big bonies or big bonus points, big bonies. I do like big bones, so what? I'm just kidding. Sorry. Okay, okay, sorry, babe. So, so I would say something else that helped us too was I think we asked each other, what is something you look for in a partner? So, what were some of your top things that you said you were looking for in somebody you want to date and possibly build something with, babe?
From experience, back in the day, of course, when you're young, you want to be like, yo, I want this fine girl, or I want the, the pretty face, or the big booty, or something like that, right? Yeah, now that I know what it takes to survive in a relationship, I want the morals, I want the values, I want the honesty, I want the loyalty, I want all those good things, that I just mentioned to be in a person.
Yeah. I definitely, again, I hate to say the same, but that's what when I said to you, I'm just like, yeah, honesty, loyalty, trustworthiness, somebody I can count on, talk to, somebody who actually listens to me, and who gets me. I feel like you totally get me because I'm a little weirdo. I think I'm a weirdo, and I have weird ways, but you accept me for that. So somebody who's accepting of me, and somebody who understands that I have a lot going on and supports that. You actually really support me, like mentally, emotionally, like in all types of ways, and your faith in God definitely was a big thing for me because I don't care what somebody believes in, but I feel like for me to be really compatible with somebody, we have to have that same faith, and you have a lot of faith, and that's what makes me know that, we could potentially grow someday, you know? And you're a man, like you're a man, like a man is a man, but you are a real man, in my opinion. So I just really like that about you, and that's how I was like, okay, all this stuff we talked about, and it was just like, okay, we keep talking, and then you still showing your same true colors of the man you presented yourself as in the beginning. So I feel like that's what's really helping us stay strong in our relationship.
I noticed that you can't change people.
Mm-mm.
People will not change because you want them to. People will not change because what you do for them or what you can give them. People will definitely not change. So I learned from an early age that you have to accept everybody for what they are. So I'm not judging anybody. You are what you are. your past is what defines you. Of course, some people can change. I do agree with that. But when you get a certain age, it's kind of hard to change. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Just my opinion. It's really hard for somebody to change their colors.
Agreed. And I would say this is one thing that we kind of have a different opinion about, because I do agree it's hard to change because I've seen people not be able to change. But I'm also in the field of psychology, and so I do know that people can change. It just takes a lot of work, especially when you're so stuck in your mindset and your ways. It takes a lot of coaching, a lot of therapy, and stuff like that to change. But as far as relationships go, most 9 times out of 10 people are going to be who they are in relationships. But it's just like, if you can get the right coach and right work, and if both partners want to work at something, that's my opinion of, okay, we can make this work if we both agree that there's something that can be worked on and we both are willing to work on it.
I agree with that.
So, yeah. How did you initially feel about us being long distance, babe? Like,
I don't mind a long distance relationship if the person is, like I said, the values that or the traits I should say that I see in a person. If they're loyal, honest, they got the right morals that align with mine. I don't mind being in a long distance relationship.
yeah. And you've done a long distance relationship before, right?
Yes, I have. Which the other person, they wasn't feeling that. But this is what I was young. Mm-hmm. I'm old now, y'all. Hey, this is when I was like maybe 20 years old, probably 21 years old, This is when I was blinded by the beauty and stuff, all that good stuff. But, yeah, it takes a lot of morals to be in a long distance relationship.
Right. To trust that somebody doing the right thing when you ain't watching. Stuff like that.
Or even to trust somebody to tell you that they're not doing the right thing.
Very true, babe. You're right.
And that's okay with me, as long as you're honest.
Yeah. I'm gonna say initially I was like, not a fan, cause it's not about the trust thing for me. It's like I like to be next to the person that I'm in a relationship with. I like to go to sleep next to you. I like to wake up next to you. I like to cook for you. I like to spend time together, do stuff, hold hands, and I don't know. I like physical touch. That's one of my biggest things is physical touch, and doing other things is one of my favorite things. So it's just like sometimes this long distance thing it's really annoying, if I'm being honest, just because like I miss you so much, especially since I've gotten to know you more and more over this almost year, and when we see each other, like we try to do once a month or at least once every other month, but this is the longest so far we haven't seen each other. It's been 2.5 months. We haven't seen each other since the last day of June is when I came back. And it hasn't been easy. I've missed you a lot, and I feel like I just want to see your face. I just want to touch you and hug you and kiss you and stuff like that. And so it sucks. It really sucks. But I know that we both talk about like him moving out here someday. We just have to see where I'm going to end up for internship, and I don't want him to come here and then I have to move for a year, and then he's just here alone, and I had him come out here for nothing, So we're trying to plan it strategically, is what I will say. And so, I mean, right now it's working because we do get to see each other, periodically, but it's still hard, and I don't have my doubts about it anymore, though, because I've gotten to know you, and you're just really trustworthy, and you make it seem like it's not long distance because we FaceTime. We never really have actual phone conversations. We're always on FaceTime. That's just how we communicate and see each other.
That's true.
So it's better than nothing, but I still just be like, I just want you here all the time. But he's actually coming to see me for my birthday next week for 5 days, so I can't wait till you're here. And I'm gonna get on his nerves because I'm like attached to his hip. I won't let go of him because I just miss him. But he's okay with that. He's okay with my clinginess when we see each other.
I'm fine with that.
So, for you, if you had any doubts about us being long distance, what took away those doubts and made it more easy for you to be like, okay, I want to talk to this girl even though she all the way in Arizona?
I'd probably say, you pick up whenever I call.
Yeah.
You always want to FaceTime. Even when you're at work, sometimes you FaceTime. I think you're more open than I am. As far as with people being around and what you be saying. I think you're more open, so I know you don't care. About whatever people think. And I know, well, I should say that there ain't nothing 100%, but I feel that you are honestly loyal and truthful. Like if you were to do something that was, outside of a relationship or whatever, outside the boundaries, I think you would tell me. I honestly think that you would tell me. And I would be okay with that if you told me, but not if I found out.
Right.
If that makes sense.
It do. And you're definitely right about all of those statements. I have no problem keeping it real with you because I respect you that much and I know you respect me that much. So, yeah.
Most definitely.
I would say what took away my doubts and made it more easy is, again, how you say you always pick up the phone and we have date nights still. Like we have movie nights. Sometimes he don't like to go out to eat and sit by himself, so he would get takeout. But I would go out to eat to a restaurant and just put him on FaceTime and act like we having a date. So, see ya. So yeah, I like to do stuff like that as little date nights. We have movie nights. We go to fall asleep on the phone together, so that's kind of something that made me doubt less of like, what if when I hang up, he got somebody on the side, and so it's just like, I can't think that type of stuff because that's not what he's showing me. And I'm a person that I trust you until you give me a reason not to. He's never given me a reason not to trust him because you are available. And I think availability is a key component in a long distance relationship. And we definitely have discussed like our past situationships or relationships and kind of the things that have worked in those relationships and the kind of things that didn't work. And I feel like with those type of conversations, we were able to see like, okay, well, if you don't like that, why would you do that to me? And so we both have kind of picked up of, okay, he seemed real enough to know that you don't do certain things or you don't act a certain way or else it's going to piss me off. And I wouldn't do the same things to you. So it's made us be able to trust one another so far away.
Right.
Yeah. But this has kind of been our first YouTube session. We plan to get on here Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and just kind of speak with you guys, kind of show you how we maintain our relationship and the things we talk about, and we play games and all type of stuff. So you'll see different days of different activities and stuff that we do to stay connected. And we hope to put out some long distance relationship knowledge to you guys, and hope that you come back and you watch us every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We don't have set times again because we're both busy, but we will make sure that we come and do what we say we're going to do those 3 days a week.
Yeah, on game night, I may not answer some of them cards, but y'all are welcome to chime in and answer for me on what y'all opinion would be on those cards.
Hear that? Okay, babe. So you're right. Anything else you want to say though before we wrap up?
No, I'm good.
Good. Well, thank you guys for watching and listening, and we hope that you come back and see us on Wednesday. Deuces. Mwah. Or that's to you. Mwah.